to Holistic Kid Show. My name is Zane.
And my name's Abdullah.
We're the Holistic Kids, here to educate and empower us kids from the inside out. We can't wait for you to hear all the amazing things our next guest is up to. I'll blow your mind. Today
it is our honor to talk to a pediatric occupational therapist. What is that? I don't know, but we can ask her. But she is up to so many amazing projects to help us kids feel better. She's actually heading a documentary called Mission Possible. Thank you, Miss Riddle, for joining us today.
Hi, guys. It's just fantastic to be here. Well, this is such a great show that you're doing, and it's so great because you guys have the power to make so many changes in this world. So that is so awesome to be here with you. So thank you for having me.
Yeah. So Michelle Riddle is a pediatric occupational therapist, registered holistic nutritionist, and a faculty member with Vancouver Island University. She has more than 25 years of community-based pediatric experience and is an international speaker. She works with kids to empower them from the inside out, empowering their mind, body, and soul. She is the director of the soon-to-launch documentary Mission Possible, and is the founder of the Global Alliance for our children's future, or our future, or also known as GACF.
Wonderful. So, what would you like to hear about first? You had wondered what a pediatric occupational therapist is. Shall I start there?
Yeah.
Okay, so occupational therapy is based on the fact that humans need to do stuff. So we need to be occupied, we need to be busy. And so my job is to help humans do the things that they want to do. So what are the kinds of things that you guys like to do as kids?
I like to color and bike ride with my dad.
Fantastic. So I could help kids who are finding it hard to color or hard to bike ride. I would teach them the skills that they could use, or maybe somebody who found it hard to ride a two-wheel bike, we get them set up with a really snazzy trike, or somebody who had challenges with coloring. We could look at what was going on inside their body to plan the movements they needed to color better. And food could help with that too. So there's really neat things that we can do.
Yeah, so you work with leading international scientists, educators, government families, and communities to reverse the rising tide of chronic childhood neurodevelopment conditions.
That's right. Yeah, and the reason for that is that our world has really changed. So we live in a world that has all kinds of things that are risky for us in the world. So there are toxins in the food, there are toxins in the air. We're now dealing with a really big virus. And my goal is to help kids build their immune systems, build how their brains function, so that they can think and plan and live to their best ability.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Riddle. We are so excited to talk to you today. So Ms. Riddle, we would love to hear your story. What is driving you to help us kids, right, Tan?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my story starts actually with my child. So my daughter, when she was really young, had a lot of challenges. And by the time she was 5, she was really having a difficult time in school. She needed to have somebody support her all the time. She'd get really angry and frustrated. Lots of things would bother her. So like her shoelaces would be too tight, the world would be too loud. She would get scared really easily. And when she went to a dentist, he figured out that she had some metabolic problems. So problems with absorbing food properly, and cells that were inflamed or swollen. And so following that, we changed what she was eating, and she was able to be calm and to think really clearly. And she started loving school and not being scared and not getting upset. And so I started learning more about that because it worked so well for her. And then I found that it works really well with all kinds of other kids. So being able to help them put the right ingredients into their body, so the right foods, being able to connect well with other people so that they're feeling calm and secure, helps them do really well.
Yeah, that's great. So, wow. So how did you help her? Like, what kinds of things can us kids do to help us stay healthy?
Yeah, so the main place that we focused on was food, because our food is the thing that gives us all of the nutrients that we need to think. It gives us everything we need. And we also bring in, if we don't pay attention, we can bring in a lot of chemicals that stop our bodies working well too. So we went with eating only whole food. So that would be just a real apple. It could be a carrot. I think you guys eat lots of whole food too. What kinds of things do you guys eat that's whole food?
We eat lots of vegetables,
Nice.
protein.
You love to eat peaches, fruits, oranges, like cucumbers.
Lovely. Yeah, so that's the whole food, right? So that was the main thing. So staying away from things that came in a package already. We started growing a lot of our own food to make sure that there was no chemicals on it. And that's something that we make certain of as well. So my daughter, one of her main things is that she's chemically sensitive. So if she breathes in too much exhaust from cars, or if she smells toxic paint, or if she eats too many foods that are packaged or processed, then she gets really sick. And so being able to stay away from those things really help her. So we focus on clean air, lots of great clean air. We focus on clean water and whole chemical-free foods.
Wow, it can affect your body so much. We talk a lot about the Sense program.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Go
does
ahead.
it mean? What does it stand for?
Yeah, so SENSE stands for stress management, is the first S. E is the environment for capacity. N is nutrition for your mind, body, and microbiome. Do you guys know what the microbiome is?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is it?
So it takes tiny sound.
Yeah, we call it the little bugs in our belly.
Exactly, yeah. The second S is for sleep, and the last E is for exercise. So those are all the foundations for health, the foundations for function, the things that you need to be the best that you can be.
So, wow. What does this SENS program do?
Yeah, so the SENSE program is a program that I teach to families, and it's really nice because you can really start. I mean, we say sense in that order because that makes sense, but you don't have to start in any particular order. So if a family just wanted to start with perhaps the environment for capacity, maybe clean air would be where they wanted to start. And that would mean they could, if they lived near some trees or lived near the water where the air was clean, maybe they'd open windows a bit more. Or if they lived somewhere that the air wasn't so clean around them, maybe they would add a couple more plants to their house. Or if they lived next to a highway, they could add an air filter in their house to make sure that they always had clean air to breathe. So that's what it is. It's looking at each of those areas and finding practical ways to create good environments for kids to be the best that they can be.
Why is it important to look at the foundations of health instead of the symptoms?
Yeah, so the symptoms are telling us that there's something wrong. So if you get a sliver in your finger, the symptoms of the sliver in the finger are swelling, redness, and pain. Those are the symptoms. They say, hey, there's something wrong with your finger. You don't know what it is until you take a look deeper and you look at your finger and you go, oh my goodness, there's a sliver in my finger. And so if you can get to the root of it, you take that sliver out and the swelling and redness and pain all go away. So if you can get to the root of what's going on, and for most of us, it's the chemicals. There's too many chemicals. So if we can get to the root of those chemicals and stop putting chemicals in our body, then our bodies work better, and all of those symptoms, so anxiety or brain fog or fatigue, being really tired, being irritable or anxious, all of those things go away when we start getting to the root of what's going on.
Yeah, I know that the pain and stuff, that's called inflammation, right?
Yeah, inflammation is swelling that happens in the cells of the body. Inflammation can make it difficult for the body to absorb nutrients or for it to function in the way that it's supposed to function. Inflammation happens when stuff gets in our body that's not supposed to be there. It's our body's way of protecting ourselves. And the inflammation is part of finding what's wrong, gathering up those things that don't belong there, and trying to get them out of the body. So the body sends more fluids to the area where the things are that don't need to be there. And those fluids help to wash away the stuff that's bothersome.
So is it true that if our parents are sick, we can make choices to lower the risk of us getting sick also?
Absolutely. So there's two things, and these are really big words. So there are genetics, and that's what the stuff that we get from our parents. And then there are epigenetics. And epigenetics are all the stuff that we do so that we don't have problems. So parents could be sick because they had something wrong genetically with their cells. But they could be also sick because they've got a virus or they've got some kind of a bacterial infection. And if, as a kid, you were healthy, you were taking care, putting the right foods in, it doesn't mean that you're going to get what your parents have. Do you guys know what diabetes is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Diabetes is a really good example of that. So you may have a parent who has diabetes, so they can't absorb sugars properly, and they don't have good balance of sugars in their body. And as a child, you could have a risk for getting diabetes because your parent had it too. That's the genetics part. But if you eat good food, so the whole healthy food, and you exercise, there's a very good chance that you won't get type 2 diabetes in your life. So you don't have to have the same thing that your parents have.
So that means if my grandfathers had diabetes and they were on 10, they said they were on 10 units of insulin.
Yeah.
But now they eat better. So he occasionally takes medication, but you say that you are working to reverse the rising tide of chronic childhood neurodevelopment conditions. So what does that mean?
Yeah. So when we take a look at all of the things that can come from lifestyle. So again, back to diabetes, it's a really good example. If you have a risk factor for diabetes and you eat at McDonald's all the time, or you eat donuts all the time, and you never exercise, there's a really good chance that you're going to get diabetes. When you treat your body better, then your body is going to function way better. And what's happening with so many of our kids is that they have some genetic factors. They also have some lifestyle factors where their body isn't working right. And so they can have difficulty learning. They have difficulty controlling their moods. They can be anxious. They can have difficulty managing balance. So riding a bike is hard. But when we feed them properly, when we start showing them proper exercises, we can reverse those challenges for them so that they get healthier as they go along.
So what can families do to keep their kids healthy and happy?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. So being able to be healthy and happy is a whole bunch of things. Number one, connecting with each other, and we're in a time where we're all distancing, but right now, just by looking at each other and smiling and giving a look to each other, it feels warm, it feels connected. Like I feel like I know you guys already and I've just met you, right? So that's a connection that we can have. Humans need to connect. Seeing the two of you there together, you're obviously a really close family. You're connected, you're comfortable together. So that human connection is huge, whether we do it close like you guys are because you're in the same family, or we do it by distance like this, but face to face. That's a really great thing to do. Eating food that is whole and free of chemicals. So like you said, the vegetables, the fruits, stuff that we can grow in our garden or grow on our windowsill, something that we may get from a farmer's market or in many of the grocery stores. Having an environment that is low chemical. So again, getting good air in the environment by opening windows or adding plants, going for walks in the woods or in the trees or in a park or by the water. So having an environment like that, one that's calm and not too busy. And that can be really helpful. Getting good sleep. So being able to sleep well every night, and kids need a lot of sleep. Do you guys know how much sleep kids your age should have every night?
They need 10.
Oh, you rock. Yes, they need 10 hours of sleep. Yeah, perfect. And then exercise. And so what do you guys do for exercise?
We bike a lot, and sometimes we go with our mom and exercise and sports.
Fantastic. Now with COVID, how have you guys managed with sports right now?
Well, we have a basketball hoop in the back, so we like to play basketball together.
Oh, perfect. So you do that together and you stay active. That is so awesome. Yeah, and there's so many things that you can do where we maintain all of the safety that we need right now, right? So you can ride bikes. Well, riding bikes with each other or with some close friends is great because you don't have to be right beside each other, do you?
Mm-hmm. We also love to be grateful.
Oh, that is an excellent thing. That's maybe one of the most important things, isn't it? Having the attitude of gratitude. So tell me some of the things you do to be grateful.
We sing a song every morning.
We call it the gratitude song.
Yeah, I call it the gratitude song.
Could you sing it?
Thank you for eyes. Thank you for another beautiful day. Thank you for a house. Thank you. So we keep ourselves grateful.
That is so lovely. Now, how do you feel when you sing that?
I feel more happy.
You do, don't you? And that's that's the really lovely thing about gratitude, because even if you're feeling a bit sad and you find something to be grateful for, you feel better. It helps to change the way you're feeling, and so that's great.
So you are making a movie and launching the Global Alliance for Our Children's Future. What are these about?
Yeah, so the movie is called Mission Possible, and it is a movie that I've been making with my kids. So it's taking a bit of time to bring together, but we've been able to travel all over North America and actually all over the world. We just came back from New Zealand as well before the pandemic, and we've been able to do interviews with many professionals, doctors like your mom, and what these people are sharing are the tricks and strategies that people can do to make a better future So we have this great opportunity right now where we can really change how we do things so that the world is better and so that we're healthier. And it starts with the kids. It starts with you guys. Just like, you're doing this. You're empowering other kids to make these smart decisions from the beginning. And so that's what the movie is all about, is helping people make the smart decisions. The Global Alliance for Our Children's Future is a bigger project, and that is looking at how we can how professionals can get together to create a world where everybody, but especially our kids, have both the right and the opportunity to breathe clean air, drink chemical-free water, and eat whole, healthy food every day. So that's the goal there, is that we can work with professionals and schools and parents and kids like you and governments to make changes so that, eating whole food and drinking clean water, breathing fresh air is easy for everybody.
What is the coolest thing you learned after interviewing so much people?
Yeah, well, I think the coolest thing that I've learned, and it's come mainly from the interviews that I've done with kids like yourselves, has been that things are simple. We don't have to, life doesn't have to be complicated to work well. And because we have such big brains, humans tend to make things complicated and more complicated than we need. And if you get back to basics, so growing some food, going out and spending time with your family. You guys go out and have a game with a ball, right? You do basketball. Pretty simple, but it is, it keeps you fit. It keeps you healthy. You've got lots of fresh air when you're doing it. You're connecting with each other. You're having fun and being happy. So keeping things simple and finding those basic things that we need to do well is what we need. And we can all do that.
Okay. So I just wanted to mention that gratitude keeps us focused on the positive things in our lives, increases optimism, and allows your body to lower inflammation and work better. So
fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. And it's really neat when you say that gratitude is related to inflammation as well, because most people wouldn't imagine that, how does it do that? All of the foundations work to help our cells work the best. And when our bodies are getting the things that they need, so gratitude is one, having a positive attitude. Whole food gives us the nutrients that we need. Our bodies get really calm. And when our bodies get calm, they don't have to be inflamed because the stuff that we need is working right. The stuff that we need is in our bodies. And our bodies don't have to fight against something else. And that's what inflammation is all about, is fighting against what doesn't need to be there. So that's so cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much, too. So then, Miss Riddle, we are thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you. You guys are doing, like I said, an amazing thing. So this has been a truly wonderful opportunity.
So what do you think kids can do today to change our futures for the better?
Yeah, I think if we get back to those basics, we need clean air, clean water, and whole food. We need to sleep well and exercise. We need to be able to connect with each other in ways that have meaning and that are positive, using that, the whole gratitude. One of the simplest things that kids can do is, and you said it already yourself, is just to eat more whole fruits and vegetables. Right? Something really simple and really fun to do is you can grow sprouts. Do you guys eat sprouts at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you grow your own?
I don't know. I think we might. We have a garden. I don't know. There's a lot of plants.
So that's great. So you've got a garden already. Sprouts are really nice because you can grow them in your house. But you just take a jar and you put in sprouts. So you could do sunflowers or put in seeds. So sunflowers or broccoli seeds or beans. And then you soak them overnight with water, drain that out, and then you just keep them damp every day, not wet, just a little bit damp. And in about 5 days, these seeds will start to sprout. And then you get the great sprouts that you can put in, on your salad or in a smoothie. That's a really fun thing to do.
That was so empowering, Mrs. Riddle. Where can we learn more about you and your amazing work? Everyone, please check out Miss Riddle's free gift. The link is below. Press it.
Yay!
And
So you can get a hold of me by email right now. That's the best way. So it's michelle@resilienthealth.ca. But I do have a website that's going to be opening up soon, and that's www.resilienthealth.ca. So that's simple too. So that'll be coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and make sure to follow Miss Riddle on social media. Can't wait to follow. Yeah, so can't wait to see this movie. Isn't it really exciting?
It's really exciting.
So thank you again, Miss Riddle, for working so hard to keep our families empowered and our future bright.
Oh, thank you guys. This is spectacular.
Okay, so to recap Miss Riddle's key points, us kids can change the world inside and out. But first, we gotta start with taking care of our bodies. And it all starts from the basics. So follow Miss Riddle's Sense program. Number one, right? What's number one?
Number one, S, stress management.
So
we need to incorporate relaxation like exercise, going out in nature, meditation, and mindfulness into your daily routine.
2, E, environment for capacity. Take care of your environment and keep toxins far away from us. Breathe fresh air and be grateful to see all the world not the stuff that is going wrong. See all the good in the world and not all the bad stuff, like the pandemic. You have to see the good stuff.
Absolutely.
Number 3, nourish the mind, body, and spirit. Eat real foods that help your body heal. Incorporate real foods like lots of veggies, clean proteins, and healthy fats. We love to eat the rainbow, so we get lots of great fiber to feed the gut bacteria and provide our bodies with phytonutrients to be nice and strong and strengthen our immune system.
The lovely thing with that is those phytonutrients are tiny little things that tell our bodies what to do. It tells our brain how to signal. It tells all of our muscles how to move properly. So it really it takes care of everything that we do.
Number 4, sleep with school almost in session. Remember, bedtime routines are not just for babies, but also for us. Make sure to develop a sleep routine so we can give our bodies the rest it needs to heal and make hormones, and you can grow big and strong.
Yeah, do you guys have a bedtime routine?
Yes.
What do you do?
Well, we usually go to sleep. It actually depends, but we like to go to sleep around like 9 or 8.
Yes.
That's during school.
Yeah. And do you do something before you go to sleep that's relaxing for you?
Yes. coloring.
Coloring. Oh, that's lovely. That's fantastic. My daughter always loved to sing. She would have a really quiet song that she would sing, and then she would stop singing, and then we would start humming it to her as she'd fall asleep.
Okay, so number 5, E, exercise to build the brain and body. To build brain and body connections, we love to play outside in the grass, especially with our shoes, to increase the bugs in our gut and help our bodies balance.
Thank you again, Miss Riddle. This was fun. We can't wait for the movie.
Yay! Thanks, you guys.
Until next time, I'm Zain Ansari.
And I'm Abdullah.
Follow my family on social media, Holistic Mama D, and look out for my mom's book, The Holistic RX, Your Guide to Healing Chronic Inflammation and Disease, and the amazing children's book we wrote together coming out this year, Adam's Healing Adventure. So excited! Join us next week for another episode of The Holistic Kids, where kids are empowering kids. Together, we can keep future struggles, but you got this. We are here for you. Real healing for real life. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you. This has been wonderful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.